Okay, for today we're going to be covering layer 3 switch virtual interfaces. We're going to be going over inter-VLAN communication with a layer 3 switch. Okay, so let's jump into Cisco Packet Tracer. And I want to show you here previously what we have, right? So we previously did router on a stick. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and do inter-VLAN communication using a layer 3 switch. Okay, let's go ahead and grab a switch. Let's get our end devices. And we're gonna make go ahead and this in. All the PCs. Okay. Okay, awesome. So I'm gonna go ahead and we'll do this would be 1.2, 68.1.3, 2.168.2.2, 8.2.3, 168.3.2, 168.3.3. Okay. And then let's go ahead and configure these. And the default gateway. Just copy that. Okay. PC. And then what I want to do is I want to go ahead and we're going to create separate VLANs, right? This will be VLAN 10. This will be VLAN 20. This will be VLAN 30. Actually, we'll go ahead and use separate VLANs since we'll do VLAN 40, VLAN 50, VLAN 60, right? Perfect. Okay. So the IP addresses have configured. Now it's all the work needs to be done on the switch. So the first thing that I want to do is I'm going to go into configuration and I want to enable IP routing. So this will allow for routing on the switch to take place. And then the next thing is creating the VLANs. So VLAN 40, we'll name it project management, and 50, we'll name it IT, VLAN 60, we'll name it, we'll just say software. Okay. Let's look at the VLANs. Okay, perfect. Now, what do we need to do? We need to go ahead and add the ports to the VLANs, right? So, interface range, fast Ethernet 01, 2, switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN 40, right? Interface range fast Ethernet 03 to 4. Switchboard mode access. Switchboard access VLAN 50. And then we'll go ahead and also do for the switchboard mode access, switchboard access VLAN 60. Awesome. Okay. So now, as you can see here, we have added the VLANs. We've added the ports to the respective VLANs, right? Now we need to create the interfaces for the VLANs. So with the layer 3 switch, what you want to go ahead and do is you want to create interfaces on the switch for the VLANs. So we'll do interface VLAN 40. We'll add the IP address, and that is going to be at gateway. Okay, we'll do the same for VLAN 50. The IP address, and then I'll just hit up arrow. Okay. VLAN 60 and the IP address. Gateway. Perfect. Okay. So I'm going to show you do show IP interface brief. And then you're going to be able to see, so VLAN 40, VLAN 50, VLAN 60. The next thing is, let's go ahead and test the pings, right? Always important to do that. But everything is pretty much set up already on the switch. Okay. So just wait. So we'll get a request timed out, and then we'll get the response, right? Okay. Let's test this VLAN. Talk to that VLAN. The response. Awesome. Right. So to summarize, on the layer 3 switch, we created the VLANs, right? We created VLAN 40, VLAN 50, VLAN 60. We named them. And then we added the ports, right? Access ports to each VLAN with the devices, right? So each port is part of that VLAN. So the ports for VLAN 40, the ports for VLAN 50, VLAN 60, right? Added those. And then we created interfaces, right? We created interface VLAN 40, interface VLAN 50, interface VLAN 60. And we added the IP address to those VLANs. And that was pretty much it. So you can see it's less configuration on a layer 3 switch, right, than it is on router on a stick. Much more simpler, right? So that was pretty much switch virtual interfaces doing VLAN communication on the layer 3 switch. Thank you so much for watching. This concludes this video.